Hello everyone. I have a product review for you. Um, Someone from the Parkoo company recently reached out to me and asked me to do a honest product review for them, and so I'm going to be very honest anyway. Uh, but I'm not receiving any uh, compensation or affiliate for this or anything like that. That's just a product review, and they just wanted my honest feedback. They sent me some of their gel pens, and so I had them for a couple weeks, and I did a little bit of review on different things that I look for in my gel pens for like my doodling and stuff, doing, drawing, whatever. And so, in doing that, I'm coming to you to share some of my thoughts. Again, this is just my opinion. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a negative opinion, um, but I'm just going to go through some of the things that I've come across, or the both positive and negative necessarily. And I wouldn't say negative. I would just say things that are just not really. Um, they just don't work for me, right? And maybe there's something that you're looking forward to in a pen. If you do a lot of sketching or doodling or drawing, these are things that you're looking for as well. So the first thing about this product, now I know that they have different sets and different kind of pens, and you can get their product on Amazon. Um, but they have some that are multicolored sets and some that are not. They sent me their dries 3 times faster reduced smearing package, and it only comes with 3 colors. So I wasn't able to do a color review. So that was one thing that was my first thought, is that I wasn't able to do any color comparisons. Again, not necessarily a negative thing, but something that I would have been looking forward to, is to compare some of my colored gel pens to some of their colored gel pens. Um, but, you did get your basic black, red, and blue. Um, the other thing that first spoke out to me, or jumped out at me, was that the actual pen in this style. Now, again, they have other style pens, but this style is the classic, run-of-the-mill, cheap production, everyday barrel. Um, and let me bring you down. I should have done that before I started here, but let me bring you down a little bit. Let me turn on the autofocus. So if I bring you up a little bit, but the name of the company is Parkoo. There we go. And that's the type of pen that they sent me. But you'll see that, again, that there's no grip on the pen. It's just that classic, cheap barrel clicker pen, which, clicker pens is fine, but there's nothing for drawing or doodling. There's nothing, I need something to grip onto, something to hold onto. And I compared these to all the different pens that I purchased, both on the, inexpensive and higher end from jet pens. And those all give me the barrels, whether they have something on them or not, a gripping position on the pen, or not. The barrel itself was designed to give you that grip. These are very slick barrel. So I would say that if, Parkoo, when you see this video, that if these aren't meant, if you want these to be meant for somebody who is in the art world, I would say that you're probably going to want to put some sort of grip on these. Now, I do know, in looking at Amazon, that some of their other pen sets have that grip on here, and they're nice. They seem to be nicer pen barrels and pen casings. So these might just be, because of the set that they sent me. And but I was expressive to them when they reached out to me that I they wanted to send me something acrylic, I think it was. And I said to them, I said, well, I don't really do acrylic, but I'm a watercolorist, and I primarily would use something for drawing. And I think I said I would be interested in maybe reviewing a gel pen for drawing or something to that effect. I don't remember my email offhand because that was weeks ago. But so I think they would have probably sent me a different set, if they really wanted me to give a more in-depth review on that spectrum. But they didn't, so this is the set that they sent me. So I wouldn't necessarily qualify these pens as a drawing pen. It's not to say that you can't sit and doodle with them, that you can't sit and draw with them, but if you're going to sit down to do doodling over painting, or drawing, and a serious drawing or doodling of sorts, I wouldn't find this pen very comfortable longevity, because it doesn't have that grip, and the barrel doesn't have that. It just doesn't have that ability to grip it. The colors, again, like I said, are very standard. There's nothing about those. The tip is good. These are a 0.5. So the tip is very, very tiny. So they do come in. Let's see if I can get this to come on. I can get this to come on. Focus. Oh, I turned off the focus. I guess that would be helpful. Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, so you can see it's a very fine tip pen. And so it writes very tiny. It's standard 0.5 writing. The flow is good. I mean, you got nice flow. So you don't, and you can even get that some kind of when you're drawing and you're doodling, there's certain aspects I look for in a pen. We want to be able to get some scratchiness and some, you want to be able to get some of the special marks that you do with pen, especially if you're doing pen and ink, or ink and wash, for watercolors. You want to be able to get those certain marks that you're used to be able to get with most gel pens. But the flow is good. But I wouldn't say that the angle and shadability is what I'm accustomed to getting with my other pens. And I would say that as far as comparing these to my other pens, I compared these to Uniball, which is a pretty standard brand gel pen that I use on quite the regular basis. So that's what I compared it to. But like I said, the flow is good. They do claim to be that these are dries 3 times faster for reduced smearing. I don't think I found that to be the case. Here, I got one of my. This is the Uniball, and here, actually, let me write this down now. This is the 0.28. So now that's been on there for a second, and there's nothing on my finger, okay? So, but I'm gonna see. Oh, and then here, that's actually none of them did. Yesterday when I did a smear test, wonder if that was, no, I did it with the black. Okay, let's do the black. And I got more smear out of the Parkoo than I got out of my other one. And I did get some on my finger. Maybe it's the type of paper I was working on. Okay, so there's no smear. So I guess that it must have been the type of paper I was working on, because I was working on, this is 500 series watercolor paper, and you can see by my tests here that I was getting, smearing the other day when I tested that. But again, maybe it's the type of paper I'm working on, or whatever have you, because they're both not smearing here, so that's a good thing. They actually live up to their smearability, because I thought that was kind of funny that they were smearing. So maybe it's just certain papers. So keep that in mind, that if you're buying these to draw and doodle with, they may or may not smear depending on the paper that you're working on. But I can take my Uniball at any given time, and I can write and doodle, and I never worry about smearing with these. I think the overall review that I would say, or my final review of these, or results, I would say, is that they're okay for general use. I wouldn't say that they're really optimal for drawing or doodling, in my opinion. Again, and it's primarily based on the barrel design, for one, and there wasn't any other color options in this type of pen, and I don't know if you can get different size nibs, but primarily because I didn't get the same kind of movement and shadeability and the barrel. Those were the two main reasons why I wouldn't say that these are really meant for the art world. But if you're note-taking or in the office, these are a go-to pen, because the flow was really good. I didn't find any skip or anything in the flow. So for general use, the pens are okay. The pricing, I'm not sure about that. So let's see. We can look it up. Let's just look at that really quick. I think I can bring that up, and I'll put the link to these in the description box. You can look these up. Okay, so this 20 pack, yeah. Well, it says 20. So okay, so for $11 you get 20 pens. So I guess that's not too bad, considering the type of pens that they are. Extra smooth writing pens. It says bullet journaling, so I guess note-taking, office, back to school. Yes, they don't really claim to be for the art world, so I'm not sure why they sent me this set for review when I told them that I would be using them for drawing. But hey, again, for what they're designed for, they're a go-to pen. They definitely are a go-to pen. So that's my final result, is they are definitely good for general use. So that's it. That's all I have in this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.